Alright, so this video right here, I got a dinged little thing that goes at the bottom of the door, and the first part, the unboxing, opening the box and stuff like that, didn't even show up. It didn't even show up. So I am so glad that I time-lapsed this just so I can go over things with you guys. When you're putting in this bottom piece of the door here, use a hand screwdriver. Don't use the power drill like I'm using. I tightened one screw too tight, and now of course it's loose. So use the hand tightener on that one. You don't have to put it on as tight as I did with that drill. Fighting sandburrs in the backyard, constantly fighting sandburrs in the backyard. So that's why I put the shoes on, little man, right there. And as I'm putting this door up, this is the 2500 series Andersen storm door. 2500 series Andersen storm door. And it says that it's a 2-hour install. And if you're a professional and you've done this once or twice, I believe that. I believe it's a 2-hour install. But I'll hold my clock up several times during the video. It ended up being 3 hours and 46 minutes. And the biggest thing I could mention is all I have is I believe what's called the half-inch cordless drills. The half-inch cordless drills. And my 7/32 drill bit wouldn't fit in that drill. So make sure you get a 7/32 drill bit that you'll need if you buy the 2500 series universal screen door from Andersen. It doesn't come with that drill bit. Now, if your guys' kits did come with that drill bit, please point it out to me. I did not find that drill bit in my kit, so I ended up just using the biggest drill bit that I had for a half-inch drill to make it work, and I just ended up wallering out the hole. I believe that's a technical term my father told me is called wallering. So if there's a more technical term for that, then by all means you guys tell me. I don't like making mistakes here. So as we're going on right now, I've already put the hinge on the right side of the door, and right now I'm putting on the cover plate because I used it as a left-hand door. I'm putting on the cover plate right now to cover up the door latching mechanism, and it's just 2 screws. Put that in real simple, and now I'm assessing to make sure I've got everything ready to go ahead and put the little spacers on the door, and from there put the door up on the wall. Okay, little man's saying hi to some neighbors right now, and we don't get to play with a lot of kiddos as much as I'd like, so I think right now we're getting ready to go play with some kiddos. So, well, nope, looks like he's back. At some point in the video, we do go play some kiddos for about 10 minutes in the neighborhood, but then after that we come back to work. Oh, there's little princess. There she is. Yeah, doing stuff with kids did probably 30 minutes to my total install. So 3 hours and 46 minutes, 3 hours and 16 minutes. But all in all, I wouldn't recommend the 2500 series. I would step up, pay the extra $100, and get the 3000 series that's already hung. That'll save you a ton of time. And reading the instructions definitely helps out a lot. Definitely helps out a lot. So while I'm reading the instructions there, this is a 3280 2500 series Andersen 2-hour install time door. It's universal, left or right hung. I highly recommend getting the 3000 series that's already pre-hung. That's going to save you at least 45 minutes trying to put in the door hardware, put the holes in the door for the door hardware. And when I go to put the holes in for the door hardware, I actually woke up the kiddos from a nap. So of course that was a horrible experience. That's 3 horribles before the experience, want to make sure that everyone knows waking up the kiddos for their nap is horrible. So I've got the spacer plates on, as you can see right there. And what I'd recommend on these spacer plates, I'm putting this door in an old 1959 house. So, of course, it's settled some. This is Oklahoma. We've got clay dirt, so it's settled some. So just make sure the door has the right spaces around all the edges. And the kit actually came with a little spacer that would scoot the door over, I think, an eighth of an inch if I needed it. I didn't use that on this door. I think if I had, the door would have been way too tight, so I did not need the spacer. So what I'm doing right now is I'm basically attaching the exterior hinge to the um, the main door's door frame. So I pre-drilled 2 holes and I put one screw in and made sure it was as straight as possible. And now I'm drilling the other holes and putting the rest of the screws in. And then you open it up right here. And I held the door with my foot so the wind wouldn't grab it and throw it to the cooker. You can hold the door however you want. If you've got 2 people, of course, have that other person hold the door. But right here, I just drilled all the interior holes for the door frame. So ends up being 8 on the interior and I think 6 on the exterior. So just supporting the weight of the door is 14 1-inch screws. Now they're not like grade 8 or grade 12 or however you grade screws. I don't know exactly how screws are graded, but I mean having 14 of them. I mean that's a pretty secure hinge. I mean I wouldn't want to let the door go in a windstorm and let the wind rip it off because I'm sure it would, especially here in Oklahoma. But I was pretty impressed on the 8 screws that held that hinge in. So the weight of the door is resting on those orange spacers in the bottom left, as you can see right now. So that's pretty secure. And I don't know what I went off to do. I'm probably chasing little man right now or something. Or he could have been playing with a part that I needed. Yeah, okay, so there are bees. That was me shooing away bees right there is what that was. So right now I'm checking the time, seeing how much time I've spent on it so far. This is time lapsed, so it's going far quicker than real time. Right now I'm at the 8-minute mark with you guys here, and I'm probably on the 34-minute mark there on the phone. So this top piece right here on the 2500 series, you've got to put the frame together, and if you buy the 3000 series, you don't. So like I said before, highly recommend getting the 3000 series. You basically, with the 3000 series, you basically just put it in the door hole and then screw it secure, and then put the hardware in. It's really, really that simple for just an extra $100, I believe. Let me do a price check on that real quick. For an extra $106, you're gonna save at least an hour of time, and you're not gonna have to put the frame together. So I had to get a step ladder, as you guys can see right here. I'm 5'9" when I stand up tall, and I need a step ladder to be able to get this top piece on right here. Let me pause for a second. Okay, I needed to be able to see where the next clip was because I had to move some of these clips around while I was doing this. So basically this top piece, you just put it at the top, close the door, make sure it's as level as possible, and then you mark the holes, you drill the holes, and you put the 1-inch screws that are provided into the holes. The key thing on the top piece, you want space between the door and the top piece, but the inside of all the frame has like a fuzzy gasket to help keep the air out, the elements out, things like that. So make sure that the door closes up against that very securely, and then make sure you don't have too big of a gap at the top to lose that weather sealant gasket area touching the door itself. So, like I said, this door that we have is as airtight as my grandfather's 1968 Dodge three-quarter ton pickup. I mean, it was hard as crud to shut the doors on that cab. It was so airtight. And I don't remember any other vehicle being like that, at least until the 2000s with other manufacturers. Just a side note. So I've put up that piece and now I'm putting on what's called the drip edge. It's just a piece to go over the main frame piece. So there's there's on the very top railing, there's two drip edges. There's the main frame drip edge, and then there's also a secondary drip edge that you put on above that, and that's what I'm putting in right now, that second drip edge piece. So I've been working on this door for an hour and a half. I'm gonna say at this time about 15 minutes of it was with the kiddos, so I'm gonna say an hour and 15 minutes. So I've got 45 minutes to finish the project, which does not happen. It does not happen. So reading the directions, highlights so far, like I said before, don't put that bottom um, weather strip on with a power drill, or yeah, power drill. Make sure to do it just hand tight, or else you'll strip those out right away. That's what I did on mine. Pretty upset about that. And then get the 3000 series Andersen screen door. Pay the extra money. Get the 3000 series. Don't buy, don't save an extra $106 because it will not save you time. So I'm going to let the other audio take over right now. And yeah, I've already talked through that one. So here we go. So I got the top frame in. Now I'm putting in the left frame. And basically, like I said, it's a 1959 house, so I had to push that in and really push it where I needed it so that I could get as much closure on the door as possible. And it is an airtight seal. Like when I close the main exterior door now, it is airtight. Like before, a door that doesn't have a screen door behind it, it just closes. It just closes right away. But this is like Dodge truck cab airtight. My grandfather had an old 1986 Dodge three quarter ton, and when you shut those doors, you had to really shut them because that cab was so airtight. And that's how I feel when I'm shutting the back door to this house now when that screen door is shut. I'm really happy with the end results of this screen door. I'm just unhappy with how much time it took me. Now, keep in mind, 30 minutes of the 3 hour, 46-minute install was just messing with the kiddos and things like that. And yeah, whenever you're working with the kiddos, it always takes a little longer. So right now, I'm just drilling the holes, putting the screws in, drilling the holes, putting the screws in for that frame there on the left side. And this left frame and that top frame, those are all parts that just create that airtight seal. And guys, I've had this door for only 2 days now, and we just leave the back door open. I mean, it is so nice having a full glass screen door. So nice, letting in so much light. Those bees are attacking me again. You gotta love those bees. I actually took down I'm putting in little cover caps, little plastic caps right there. Putting in little plastic caps so that there aren't holes in the door. Completely aesthetic. There's the missus telling me something. Probably go get little man. He's doing something he shouldn't, and so that's probably what I'm going to do right now. But yeah, we had a hummingbird feeder out there, and the honeybees. I guess they're running low on flowers right now, so they were just attacking that hummingbird feeder like crazy. So actually moved that today, rinsed it out, and put it up. Probably get it back out there later on. Yeah, I don't. I'm probably chasing a little man or doing something right now. Okay, and we're back. There's the puppy dog. She's holding that cardboard down for me. She's a good puppy dog. She's actually sitting beside me right now in the office too. So now I am taking off the plastic exterior covering of the screen door. If you want to leave that on, you can. The instructions at this point just said take it off, so that's what I'm doing. I'm taking it off for 11 minutes, 12 minutes. We're 12 minutes into the video so far, and this is probably an hour, hour and 20 minutes into the install. So, alright, now we're going to put on the handle set, and this is where I woke up the kiddos, okay? Do not, do not start drilling on this door if you have the kiddos sleeping inside the house somewhere. Horrible mistake that I made. Really ruined the afternoon for the missus and the kiddos. I mean, they've only been down for maybe 20 minutes as of right now. Really shouldn't have done this part just yet. So, getting the drill, getting the little inside that handle kit, it has a, what are those pieces of paper called where it shows you where you're supposed to drill and stuff? Well, I don't know the exact name of those. Outline, tracer. Um, God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I just don't know where it is. Okay. I don't know where I'm going right now. Maybe I went to throw something away. I think I heard some kids in the neighborhood screaming, so I just wanted to go check on them, make sure they're okay. Never can be too safe nowadays. So, get ready to put that kit on the door, and it says put the kit on the door and then punch holes. I just took the drill bit that was included in the kit and I just kind of pushed real hard and made made notches on the door where they're supposed to go. I'm going into the office right now to grab some tape because I thought I'd tape it on the door. Don't do that. That's such a waste of time. I did not use the tape. Just hold it up where it's supposed to go and make the markings. Don't try to tape it on the door. And like I said too, I did not do the punch holes where I'm supposed to. I just took the drill bit that they did include and just pushed real hard and spun it a couple times to get what I needed as an indicator for my holes. So, still trying to get that tape. Probably drinking a big old glass of water or something because this was the day before the Day of Atonement. So, I was trying to be as hydrated as possible so that today I did not dry out. Man, being the Day of Atonement, I really just thankful for the grace of God, the blessings of God, and seeing His Son down on the cross, and just totally blown away by everything He's done for us Gentiles that are grafted in. That's another subject. So I've got this thing right here, and I'm fighting off the bumblebees again. They're not bumblebees, they're honeybees. They're like really annoying. Template. It's called a template. That's what it's called. So on this template, it's got two arrows. You line those two arrows up with the two holes on the door, and then you just make a little notch above it so that you know where to put the top of the template. And then so now I've got the template there, and I'm just taking that drill bit, and I'm just pushing really hard and spinning it a couple times to make marks on where I'm supposed to put the holes. Now the drill bit that comes with it, that gives you 3 holes, and then you also need a 7/32. Verify that with the instructions. 7/32 drill bit, and make sure that 7/32 drill bit fits the drill that you're using. I had a little, I believe what's called half-inch drill, cordless drill, and my 7/16 drill bit would not fit in there. So right now I'm putting in those 3 holes, and of course I'm waking up the kids at the same time, and this is horrible because they've probably only been down for 20 minutes. Really, really loud step right here. Don't do it if the kids are trying to sleep. So I'm using the old age belly weight and applying the pressure to the door needed to put the holes in it. So now I've got 3 holes on the exterior of the door, and I'm getting ready to flip around and put 3 holes on the other side. Oh, man. Oh. At sundown today, I had a cup of coffee. See, there's the little man. I woke him up. God, I'm so mad. So mad at myself right now that I woke him up. Wiping off his feet because I've got metal shavings on the ground, and then being sure to put on his sandals because of the sandburrs that I'm constantly fighting right now, and uh, and the metal shavings that are there on the ground. I ended up vacuuming and sweeping both when I got done with this project because you definitely don't want little kiddos to put metal shavings in their mouths. Little man's testing out the step ladder right there. There's little princess. She is going back inside. Um, he's gonna start taking everything I need and doing what kiddos do. And right now he's telling Ina that he's in charge, I guess. It's so funny. He has no spatial awareness with that stick sometimes. I'm constantly having to ask him to quit swinging it around his sissy. Oh man.
All right, so drilling the top holes now, I believe. The drill bit that was included with the door is what I'm doing right now. And now I'm wallering out the holes because I'm having to use the biggest drill bit that will fit in my cordless drill that's not a 7/32. So let me pause this right now and test this audio. I just switched over to a different mic. Alright, so I've got those front holes put in and wallering out the holes. As you can see, don't recommend this. Highly recommend you um, getting a 7/32 drill bit that will fit in your drill without having to waller out the holes. So having to keep little man back because as you're drilling these holes, you're creating hot metal shavings, and you don't want your kiddos around hot metal shavings. Oh, and don't ever work in flip flops and without safety glasses. Always wear your safety glasses and safety shoes, not flip flops, no glasses. So once I get these holes wallered out all the way, I will grab the handle hardware kit and make sure that it will fit in there. But right now I'm having to holler at little man and put these holes in. So right there I'm using the belly again to put the pressure on the door. Okay, so I've got that piece of hardware right there, and I'm closing that, and now I'm going and looking for something on the inside. Probably get a drink of water. Of course, little man takes this opportunity to scale the ladder because he's a big man, and it looks like there's a bee bugging him too. Poor little dude. I'm glad I took down that hummingbird feeder today. Won't have to worry about that anymore. The bees hung around for about 2 hours after we took that down. Right now we might be going to play with the neighbor kids, and if we are, I'll edit this part out. I'll put a little note here at minute 122-ish, 122-ish, 123-ish to probably edit out a bunch. There's a little girl, and she shut the door on me. She's so cute. I ordered a hook today that will hook that main door to the behind there is the pantry. That'll hook that main door to the pantry area, and it also acts as a door stopper, of course, but also a door hook holder. And I'm just going to use 3M tape to put it on the door and put it on the pantry because I don't want to put any holes in either. And yeah, we're probably playing with the neighbor kids right now. Um, they're cool kids. They're always waving to my kids, and they're real sweet and stuff. And I think they had just gotten a new set of little chickens or something, and that's what little man was so excited about because they were showing him the chickens they just got, and that was really awesome. He was really excited. Oh man, all this BS, social distancing bullcrap. Um, if you've had anyone affected by any sort of disease, whether that's heart disease or car accident while driving down the road, I feel sorry for you. My heart goes out to you. But with a virus whose survival rate is 99.6%, and the crazy extreme measures that the government's going to take away our rights is really annoying the poo-poo out of me. And every chance we get the kiddos with some other kiddos so they can get some quality time with other kiddos. And it's just not mom and I. It's just not the same mom and I as other little kiddos. So now that we're back and I've talked my 2 cents about good old government, let's get back to the door. So once again, this is probably the third, fourth, or fifth time that I've mentioned it. Get the 3000 series door. Do not buy the 2500 series door, and that will save you 45 minutes to an hour on your install time. Right now, I'm measuring up the door handle hardware, and I'm trying to get it put together so that I can start putting the door handle in. And basically, I just pushed it through those holes that we just drilled in the door, and tightening up the screws on it to hold it in place. And then I've got to get the little lock set to push through there, and that's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for the lock set. The little man's using his foot. Did you see that? He was using his foot to push the door closed like I was. Oh man, it's so fun. So right now I'm looking at the lock set, trying to figure that out. I'm like, be careful, don't go over there. Let me get these metal shavings away. So I'm trying to get all the metal shavings away as possible because it's metal. You know, don't want metal shavings around your kiddos. So I think I've got the lock set figured out now and the door lock figured out. So right now I'm getting ready to put those on. And I gave little man the shoes so that he could keep the bees away from him. Gotta love the honeybees. We didn't kill any of them. There were a couple that got in the house and we were able to get them out nicely. And then one of them I knocked out. I didn't kill it, knocked it out. And then the wife relocated it. Oh, man. So right now I'm just fiddling with the door handle. You've got to put the little rod that connects the two door handles. You've got to put it in where the V-notch is facing the outside of the door. You want the V-notch to face the outside of the door. And right now I'm going over the instructions and trying to figure out exactly what they're saying there. But that's what they're saying. Just slide the V-notch into the door handle where it's basically 180 degrees away from the door handle and facing the outside of the door. So I slid that in right there, and I'm getting the little screw, the little Allen wrench thingy, I think, and putting it on. And I just tightened up the two screws that held that hardware mechanical piece in piece. So that's what I'm doing there. And now I'm trying to wiggle the lock because it has a deadbolt with a key. Right now I'm just trying to wiggle the lock, the deadbolt locking mechanism through there, and I had to loosen up the door hardware to do that so I could get it through more easily. And then once I got it through, I just tightened it all back up. Pretty simple, but like I said before, buy the 3000 series, not the 2500 series. Unless you just got a whole day to spend putting in this door and you don't have things that are pressing, then get the 3000 series. So little man's messing with the trim and I didn't notice it yet. I'm so glad he didn't break that. Oh, did he just bite it? I think he just tried to bite the trim. I'm so glad he didn't break that. So got that all put together. He's testing it out, making sure I put it in right. He's moving my tools around for me as I set them down. He's trying to get in the deadbolt with a screwdriver. That's funny. So now I'm putting on the latching plate. I don't know the technical names of these items. I threw them away and I shouldn't have. And right there, I just killed a wasp. That was a wasp, an actual wasp that I killed. I did kill that. Didn't kill any honeybees, but I did kill a wasp. Striker plate. Yeah, that's what it's called. Oh, man, if you're gonna make one of these videos after the fact, don't throw away all the instructions. You're gonna need them for these videos. Just FYI. Hey, and if you've made it through the video this far, if you don't mind, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. This channel is not gonna have like maybe a video a month, so maybe 12 a year, but it will give you a little bit of a comic relief and a little bit of regular person insight on doing handyman jobs. The next video I'll probably do is either installing a mounted TV entertainment system, a wall-mounted TV entertainment system, or it'll be building two doors for a storm shelter. So those are the next two big handyman items on my list that I'll be doing videos on. And right there I got the striker plate installed. It feels nice and tight. It's really good. God bless me with that because because it just happened on the first try. That almost never happens when I'm adjusting striker plates. So God was watching out for me on that one. And right now I'm readjusting the door handles again. I want to make sure they're nice and tight, and I forgot to put the plastic washers on them, so I had to take the handles off and put the plastic washers on them. And little man's messed with the keys again. You have to give the kiddos something. You have to give them something so that they feel like they're doing things. So I gave him the keys, and right now I'm putting on the top window handle. This is really cool design on these Andersen doors, either the 2500 series or the 3000 series. If you get the door where you pull down the top and you've got a screen up there, it's super, super nice, because that way the animals don't mess up the screen down at the bottom, the kiddos don't mess up the screen down at the bottom, and you can let in some nice fall and spring air in that top part of the door. And that's why the missus and I get these style doors. The last one we installed was a 3000 series, and seriously folks, it is so much easier, so much faster. The reason I ended up buying this 2500 series was not to save the extra 106 bucks, which I thought was a benefit, but they did not have any 3000 series when I went to go pick this up at the Home Depot I went to. So if the Home Depot you go to does not have the 3000 series screen door, be sure to just have them call another store and let you know if it's in inventory at another store. But if the Home Depot is understaffed that day and there's no one available, just look it up online. You could check all the store's inventory online. And when you're going to pick up these screen doors too, don't let go of your cart. When I was actually picking up this screen door, oh, it stopped. The video stopped. So all I was doing there, folks, was putting on the bottom striker plate, or the bottom door dampener. And the biggest thing about that door dampener is if you pull it out further than the orange clip, don't worry, just pull it out all the way. That'll release it, and then it'll suck that shock back in. Took me about 20 minutes how to figure that out. There wasn't a video on YouTube on how to do it, so just FYI, you just pull it out all the way, it'll release and suck itself back in. So that's the easiest way to take care of that dampener. All right, folks, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I gave you a couple tips. Biggest tip is buy the 3000 series. Second tip is do not use a drill on the bottom weather stripping plate on the door. Just hand tighten it. And then when you are installing the latching hardware, two things: make sure your 7/16 drill bit fits the drill you're going to use. And then secondly, when you're putting in the door handles, make sure that bolt, the V part of that bolt, faces the outside. So thanks so much for watching this, guys. This is my first video on a regular guy doing handyman stuff. This is Josh Barnett. If you liked the video, please subscribe it, give it a big thumbs up. And my day job is a real estate broker. So if you're doing any real estate in Oklahoma, give me a holler. I'd love to earn your business. See you guys on the next video.